That's
How are you?
well. How are you?
You look amazing.
You.
Adjust that breastplate.
Pardon?
I'm just watching you adjust everything.
Oh yeah. Getting ready. Okay.
All set?
All set.
All right. Well, nice to talk to you. I've been eager to talk to you. You've been such a standout through this whole process called
Thank you.
Canada's Drag Race. I've got a sponsor liner I want to read first, and then I'm going to bring you on, okay?
Okay.
This interview is sponsored by IM.Health, a shining star in the health movement across Canada. IM.Health is a national movement aimed at empowering everyone to take the next step towards HIV testing, particularly our vulnerable and underserved communities. They're making it super easy as well by offering free HIV self test kits through their website. The goal to crank up awareness and encourage everyone to get tested. Testing is the only way to truly know your HIV status, and knowing your status opens the door to a world of support, care, and treatment, all accessible through their website. Let's also give a shout out to the incredible support behind this initiative from the MAP Center for Urban Health Solutions at St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. So, everyone, make your way to im.health. It's time to champion health and wellness for all and create a brighter, healthier future together. And now, here we have the beautiful Venus at our disposal, gracing us with her presence.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I was saying you've been such a standout this season, and you came in with a bang, and with with
Start off.
started off strong, um, and you won the first episodes challenge. Um, the sort of bravado that you came in with was for me. I wondered whether it was the way you were or whether you were just coming in competition mode and it not necessarily was exactly who you were. Do you know what I mean? Did you put that
Yeah.
out, put it on because you have to, or are you that way?
I'm that way. I'm that way, and then I'm that way in a competition. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, you're gonna amp it up a little bit, but I mean, I kind of let it all hang out, and that's just always sort of been who I am. And uh, yeah, I'm not one to like hide away from, from my own truth.
There was an invulnerability about you, I guess, in those moments. And what I feel we saw as the season progressed was vulnerability from you,
Mm.
which was really beautiful to see. A great example would be when you talked about your body image issues
Mhm.
with us and shared your story, which I think probably took a lot of people aback because skinny's where it's at,
Mhm.
in our world, or we're fed messaging that that's the way to be. And so to hear that this has been a problem for you, to be thin, was interesting and refreshing. And as I said, it made you vulnerable and more likable in the doing. Do you mind, for people who don't know your story there and what you've gone through, sharing a little bit of it with us now? Because I think it's really important.
Yeah, I think because of, what we are fed within media, I always had some, I think it's fair to say that most of us do have this this relationship with our body that doesn't always necessarily feel like yours because there's, a society out there that is like telling you, well, this is the way, or this is how we, you know, the masses want you to look and feel and all that stuff. And I yeah, I've always been very naturally thin, and like that's just been my body type. But there came a point where when I started doing drag, I would say probably in like the 2017 to 2018 years, where I really felt like, okay, well, this is part of my brand now, and this is like um something that not only needs to be maintained, but uh constantly needs to be ridiculed by myself, and I have to like I I have to just be this thin model girl. Um, and with that came, many moments of like of skipping meals and not taking care of myself and being like, like maybe I'll I'll eat tomorrow, or like this is fine. Like, but obviously in retrospect, it's like, and I'm speaking to anybody else there who may have or have gone through ED. Um, like I'm coming from obviously a very non-judgmental place, and everyone has a very personal journey with it. But there came a moment where I wasn't feeling strong. I couldn't even feel like my own life force like coming through my body because I wasn't feeding myself.
Mm.
And yeah, there was definitely a moment there where you have to make a decision for yourself that like I am my body is my body. I am if I feel strong and if I feel healthy, like that is what matters. It's not it's not the visual or what people think I should look like or what I think I should look like. I need to be eating. You need to eat to have energy and to, you know, especially as a performer, like there'd be moments I would like leave stage like completely lightheaded and not even be able to like stand up because, there was no energy there. So yeah, I guess for anybody who is currently struggling with ED, I just like be gentle with yourself. Please show yourself kindness in the way that like your body is there to protect you and to get through this thing called life. And I just hope you you know I hope you can realize that like you deserve to feel healthy and to nourish yourself.
It still stirs up a lot of emotions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's just like yeah, I just think about that person, right? So I think that can be hard at times. Because I although that past version of myself has is in the past, it's also I still care about that person. I still care about like, my younger self. And those were just things that like that I went through and partly had to do with drag too,
Mm.
like it's that really came into play with with drag and what I thought was expected of me. Um,
What would you say to that person, that younger self that you still care about?
I just say like, ah, caring what the outside world is so like less relevant than like the world with inside yourself. And if you
Mm.
are feeling like, there's signs and things that are happening within your body, listen to those things because trust me, those signs and those feelings will not go away um, until you honor, the things that ultimately need to be changed. Um, so yeah, and just like I said to anyone out there, like just it's also important to show yourself kindness because when we talk about these things with anything, when it comes to any type of like, you know, in regards to like ED or anything, it's like even though that you're going through that, like it's not something to judge yourself on. It's not something to like don't you beat yourself up because you are experiencing it. It's something to grow from.
When you moved out of that, was it because of a series of things, or did one thing happen where you said enough?
I think like yes and no. There's definitely like been pivotal moments, but there was a one I think it was like the summer of 2019 where I was just like I was getting sick. I like had like a parasite and these things and like then after that like I was really really thin like and I'm already, you know, thin as it is, so losing an additional 10-15 pounds is not like it's quite apparent on my frame. And I was just like, what is going on here? Like, and because I always felt like there's always a struggle between wanting to be like this muscular, guy out of drag, but then also wanting to be this like thin woman in drag. And I always just felt like, well, I can't have both. But it's like, well, then I realized, well, I can be strong. It's not about being, you know, tone or like, having ripped abs and all these things. It's like, I just want to feel strong within my body. If I can wake up and like get out of my bed and feel like comfortable and good in my body, like, then babe, I'll take it because like that's what matters. Um, so yeah, I just felt like I had enough at that point.
Thank you for sharing all that with us and being vulnerable again.
Of course, thanks. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that space.
Hmm. What did Drag Race teach you? Swift change of
Wow.
topic.
Well, on this essay, um, Drag Race, okay. Drag Race, when I was there, taught me my tenacity and my ability to persevere within like such a intense and fast-paced competitive setting. I've never done a competition before. Um, and I quickly realized that I am quite competitive.
You were quite competitive, yes.
Um, so it's yeah, definitely taught me like the tenacity and you know, the willingness to put my all and my gusto into those challenges. But after the fact, I think it just like reassured my knowing of like, I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm good at what I do. And, when you get on Drag Race, it's obviously a very validating, it's a validating experience. Um, but I just think it teaches you who like your superstar is.
Mhm.
You really get to realize where your strengths lie and also taught me that I can talk a lot.
But you're a
Very
good
short
talker. There's
talking
talking a
head.
lot and being a crappy talker, and there's being a good talker when you talk a lot, and you're a good
Yeah.
talker.
Thank you.
What is your fondest dream for yourself with drag?
I mean, I guess there's so many, but like I've been lucky to do like so many viewing parties for like the episodes and getting to be in front of an audience and talk to the audience and share space with, lovers of drag and lovers of queer art and um that to me is like such a such a treasure of this whole experience and
Mm.
within the drag experience and like in its entirety. Um, just like getting to connect with people, like that's such a takeaway for, so many of us is like the messages and like, sure there can be, you know, 99 bad messages, but like all it can take is like that one message from this one person who, you've never met, but you've had an impact on. And it's like that goes, oh, that makes me emotional because it's like there's things that people have said that it's like, wow, like you don't, when you're in this race, it's like it's sometimes hard to like look at yourself. And when people give you your flowers like that, I think that is like so appreciative. And it's like people don't have to go out of their way to say those things, but people do because they're, very kind people in this world. So getting to connect with the fans and with others who love drag as much as I do, it's like that is something that money can't buy.
Well, don't tell the other queens, but there are only two queens I was really, really, really excited to talk to. Everyone I was excited to talk to, but two of them I was really excited to talk to. You're one of them, and I was hoping to have the conversation we just had. So thank you for being so gracious about having it, and I wish you so much joy.
Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate
You're
it. Thank you.
welcome. Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
Yes, of
Thank
course.
you,
I'm glad you felt
Sean.
comfortable enough.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Okay, all the best.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.